packed grandstands, blue skies, red hot temperatures, and 3 red lights, 4 and now 5. The crescendo rises, and it's lights out, and away we go. And it's a decent start from Lewis Hamilton, and Hamilton and Rosberg going into turn 1. Vettel's ahead of the 2 Williams. Rosberg and just gets into the first turn, barges Lewis Hamilton out of the way, and Hamilton loses a place to Sebastian Vettel as they all file through the 2 Caterhams right at the back. Hamilton now charging Sebastian Vettel, but he can't get through. Bottas on the inside of Felipe Massa does make the place going into the chicane, but it's Rosberg from Vettel from Hamilton, and they came together. No damage done by the 2 Mercedes, but there is a collision at the back, and it is the Marussia of Jules Bianchi. That is a major crash. It is a safety car for the second race running on the first lap. Chilton gets out of shape on the right hand side of your screen, tags his teammate.
I'm afraid that's going to go down as Max's fault. That one drops it on the way into 3 and slithers across the road.
Approaching then 195 miles an hour, maybe 200 miles an hour with DRS. There it goes. Lewis Hamilton swoops out from behind the rear wing of the Red Bull, gets the job done just in the braking zone, going into the chicane. Hamilton up into second place, and now he can begin the charge to his teammate, who is at the end of lap 10, 1.7 seconds ahead. Is the lead about to change hands soon, because there's DRS for Lewis Hamilton once more. Rosberg will be looking in his mirrors. Where's my teammate? Locks up, maybe looking in his mirrors too much, overshoots the chicane, just misses the speed bump, actually pulls out a bit more of a gap on Lewis Hamilton by doing that, stays ahead at the end of the lap.
We've lost power. I've got no power, guys. Okay, we're looking into it.
Rosberg does a 26.5 in the middle sector. Hamilton does a 26.2. He might think he's lost power, but the timings indicate that he's still running quicker than his teammate.
He's still not there anymore. Okay, Nico, we're trying to solve it. We believe your teammate has the same
problems for both Mercedes. Wow, David, I'll get onto that straight away.
Rosberg, last lap, 122.1. Hamilton, a 121.7. They're the slowest car, bar Valtteri Bottas, out on the track at the moment as Ricciardo makes his stop. And will he come out behind or ahead of his teammate Sebastian Vettel? There's Vettel just coming round the second turn. Ricciardo ahead of Sebastian Vettel then on the track. Vettel asking for strategy, clever strategy. It's worked in Ricciardo's favour. Hamilton now stops as well, but it could be Massa and Alonso fighting it out for the win here. It could be the Force Indias as well.
Much quicker stop.
Yeah.
So he might end up ahead of Rosberg.
And does. Jumps him in the pit stops. It was about a 1.6 second swing for Lewis Hamilton over Nico Rosberg. 45 laps Felipe Massa made the tyres last. Look at that.
He went very deep into the hairpin, did Lewis Hamilton. I think he's lost the place.
They're loving the battle here. Yes, he has lost the place.
He went deep into the hairpin.
And he's coming back at his teammate now. Rosberg is the car ahead. Hamilton's the car that moves to the left-hand side. He lost out at the start of this straight. He takes back the place at the end of the straight. He does what his teammate did a few laps ago.
Letting him through. He's letting him through.
Goes straight on. Rosberg takes the place back as Hamilton thinks, you know, it's not really worth taking this one to the stewards.
They were side by side. He did gain the place there. Oh, and he's smoking badly too. Something smoking at the back of Hamilton's car.
I wonder if this is Lewis Hamilton retiring from this race in a few moments, because there's still smoke there. Or at least it looked like there was still a bit of smoke. Yes, there is.
Bodywork's rubbing. I think he's locked ties.
He's locked his front left. Oh, Hamilton.
Brakes have failed.
Brakes have failed. So it's his brakes then that have overheated.
It's his second retirement of the season. Hamilton out of the race. Perez now 0.4 of a second behind Nico Rosberg. As we move to Fernando Alonso, who now has a little go on Valtteri Bottas into the first turn. Alonso has the inside line, just about holds it, doesn't go too deep there, keeps hold of 7th place.
Massa needs to pick off one of these cars per lap now. If he wants to have a run, he's got the speed and the car to win this race. He needs to pick those 3 off in very short order and get after that Mercedes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars crossing the line, separated by less than 2 seconds. Rosberg down to Massa. And there goes Felipe Massa once more. His DRS is certainly open this time. Sebastian Vettel is certainly ahead this time. Sergio Perez isn't having it all his own way. Ricciardo is a lot closer to Sergio Perez coming out of that chicane. There are 5 laps to go. And there goes Daniel Ricciardo on Sergio Perez. Moves up into second place. Goes onto the grass. Almost gets hit by Perez. Vettel almost gets down the inside of Sergio Perez. Ricciardo stays in second place ahead of the Force India, ahead of his teammate Massa.
Rosberg continues to do his sensational job up front.
Adrian Sutil gets out of the way, and because he was coming up behind a lapped car, Sergio Perez will get DRS assistant. And look, here comes Daniel Ricciardo on Nico Rosberg. Ricciardo takes the lead in Canada. Unbelievable. The Red Bull driver moves into the lead of a race that they came to Canada thinking they've got no chance of winning.
Yeah, had enough DRS, and with Rosberg's VMAX top speed problems, that was an easy take in the end.
For Sergio Perez, the podium is still possible, and Sebastian Vettel and Felipe Massa are going to be going for it too. Vettel gets a really good exit coming out of the hairpin. Red Bull have just gone into the lead. They might have another car on the podium as well. As we look, Sergio Perez onto the dirty side goes Sebastian Vettel. It's wheel to wheel. Vettel's going to have the inside line into the chicane and gets past Sergio Perez. Going into that chicane, it's Red Bull 1 and 3 as we head to the final lap.
Good stuff there, Vettel taking the right line.
Oh, and Felipe Massa goes into the back of Sergio Perez, and that is a massive crash into the barriers. Massa clipped the back of the Force India. The marshals rushed to Massa to make sure he's okay, and to Perez as well, who had absolutely no chance once contact had been made. And I tell you what, Sebastian Vettel was so lucky he didn't get wiped out in that crash as well.
Nobody can overtake you. You're going to win the race. Just stay positive on the Delta, mate.
He's going to win the race. Daniel Ricciardo becomes a new winner in Formula One. The team rush out to applaud him home. Mercedes fail. Red Bull pick up the pieces. It is Daniel Ricciardo that comes home to take the victory. It is Nico Rosberg that takes second place. A stellar drive from Rosberg under all sorts of pressure, but he just couldn't keep it going to the end. Sebastian Vettel makes it a Red Bull 1 and 3 after the crash between Massa and Sergio Perez undoes what great work was already done between those two drivers.
You've won the Canadian Grand Prix. Well done, your first win.
Wow.
A champagne moment to end all champagne moments for the young man from Perth, 24 years of age, and a new winner in Formula One.